Hi everyone, in this video, Tim Green will explain why long-form copywriting is actually good for a business and will share 5 more tips on communicating with customers on a blog post. Tim Green is a UK-based freelance journalist, copywriter and analyst. He's been writing about technology, particularly mobile, for 20 years, first as senior analyst with Screen Digest, then as editor of B2B publication Mobile Entertainment. Today, Tim writes reports, white papers and ebooks for clients including Citibank, Juniper Research, Data.ai, and the mobile operator trade body GSMA.
Number 6 is stop writing irrelevant articles. So, I mentioned about the swimming pool guy who's, said that everyone was just writing about games to play with their children. It's like, I see a lot of web companies in the messaging space, and I don't know, they'll be writing an article about, virtual reality or something, or the metaverse, because it's what everyone's talking about. But how relevant is the metaverse to your actual customers who are visiting your website because they want to, they're interested in bulk SMS because they want to talk to their customers more effectively? Again, you can do it, but just don't prioritize it because you've got to think about what your customers are actually coming to your site. Number 7 would be have a call to action and make it to a real person if possible. So at the end of your article, you want to give your customers something to do. So, if you've read this article and you're interested, do, contact this person and try and make it a person rather than, info@intis.tele. And then certainly don't make it a form that they have to fill out. Like, if you've written a great article, your customers got the answers to the questions, they want to do business with you, why do they have to fill a form out to get an auto-generated email back from you? If you can, give them a name and an email, a phone number, and get that sale. I mean, it's pretty obvious, really. Okay, number 8 is long copy can be good. Everyone says, oh, no one's got any time anymore, get to the point quickly, and don't waste people's time. It's not true. People, one of the first rules of copywriting is that people like long copy. They just don't like boring, overwritten copy. Let's say you're a musician, you want to buy a new guitar, and you love guitars, and you've been saving up. Well, you're going to want to read a lot of information about the guitars. You don't want 3 lines about this guitar that you want to spend $1,000 on. You want every bit of information about it. So that's one of the first rules, is, long copy is good as long as it's well written.
I agree, especially when we search for something. And for me, very often I see how short are the answers, or they're long, but they're not, they're just about nothing. What I want to hear and what I want to find out.
Okay, number 9 is use video. Intis is a great example of this. Video is so easy now. In my career, I've seen video go from something that specialists did, and then suddenly you had like camcorders, and that was great. And then you had phones, and then you had Zoom, so you didn't even need to travel, as we're proving now. So it's so easy now to do video. So try and get your customers to agree to talk about your products and services, because that's the best recommendation there is. But also, I think another thing that people don't do is they get, we've talked about answering customers' questions. So every question that you can answer in text, you can also answer in video. So you want to get your sales staff, marketing staff, customer care staff to actually record 3-minute videos saying, if you're interested in WhatsApp for business, and, this is how you set up a new account. And it can just be a minute-long video. And you can do dozens of those, and it costs virtually nothing.
And
so I would advise that.
So much more personalized in terms of the level of trust.
Exactly.
When you see the face, and for example, we here invite the expert, who's the expert in writing, and so there is a higher level that I would believe this works, rather than if I would just decide, okay, let me write about writing.
Yeah. No, I mean, and also if you're exactly right, because if you have someone on your team who's really good at this stuff, someone in the sales or customer care team, and they sort of record 10 or 15 videos of just like how you set up a new account, how you onboard this, how you whatever, then you'll get people visiting your site watching it, and then they'll want to speak to that person, and they'll say, yeah, I've seen you on the videos. Those are great videos, and as you were saying earlier, it's a really good sort of shortcut to getting a personal relationships, if people have already seen that person on video. So I think that's really good. And I would recommend there's a tool called Vidyard, which is really good, which I've used before. And you can just drop in a video into your email. And so you can send someone a biz dev email, and you can actually just have a little video in there saying, hi, if you're interested in our products, give me a shout. Personalizes it in a much better way. And then the final one, number 10, would be keep your design simple. So this is a website one. And also, I suppose, for any other, white papers and reports and things. But you see videos now, I'm sure you see websites now, I'm sure you've seen them, Tatyana, where there's always a new trend in website design. There's infinite scrolling, for example.
Oh, yes.
And like or there's kind of rollovers where your cursor has to go over something before you can read it. Why are you making things complicated, because you're letting the designers make the decisions. Why you would have infinite scrolling on a business-to-business website where you're just trying to get your message across, and people just keep going down. They're looking for things that, you've got to keep the design as simple as possible and let the message be the dominant factor, not the design. So
I think we're at the moment of writing when we try to complicate things which are actually don't need to be this complicated.
Yeah.
When we develop and develop and develop, but we're already on the top to develop that even further.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's interesting. My wife runs an art gallery, and you can imagine that their website's pretty important, and it has to be very visual because people want to see the work. And she quite often, her website, people are quite often say, "Oh, your website needs refreshing. There's new things you can do now." And I always say to her, "Your website is fantastic because it's a menu of artist names. You click on the artist name and you go to their work and you get a biography. What else do you need? You don't need fancy bells and whistles. You just need something that's easy to navigate so that the customers can get to the information that they want as quickly as possible." So that would be my last tip.
Thank you very, very much. Have an amazing and wonderful day ahead.
My pleasure. See you soon.